On my way up the A1 again this morning, on my way to Ferry Meadows. Really looking forward to this. This is going to be a series that I'm fishing. It's called the Masters of Ferry, or Master of Ferry. It's 4 matches over a period of, the first one today is in April, and then you've got 2 in May and 1 in June. It's based on total weight, so there's no points, which is you know, some people like that, some people don't, but it's just, it is what it is. So you know, sometimes you can do well on points, sometimes you can do well on weight. It's all going to be based on gun weight, so I'm being told. You've got 2 lakes at Ferry Meadows, you've got Gunwade and Overton. Overton's been fishing exceptionally well if you're on the fish. Gunwade has been a little bit hit and miss, to be honest with you. There's been a few pockets of fish, but it's not really got going yet on Gunwade. So don't believe they've had any matches at all on the high bank, but the high bank's going to be in today, so that's going to be interesting. Areas where I want to be, I just want to be on fish. I honestly don't mind where I fish as long as there's fish there. So I've got a chance of catching a few. Last match I had at Ferry Meadows was on Gunwade, and I was in an area that normally produces fish, and I didn't even get a bite. So which is very unusual for me at Ferry Meadows, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. So it happens to all of us. So yeah. Plan of attack today is going to be my normal plan of attack with my ground bait mix. I'll go over that when I'm doing it, and it's going to be conventional feeder is going to be my plan of attack. However, today I am going to be setting up a method rod. And the only reason being is there's been a few people that have caught a few fish in tough areas on the method, which tells me there's not many fish around in those areas. There's the odd 1 or 2. You don't want a big old bed of bait out there. You just want a nice little pocket of pellets or ground bait and pellets on a method, and you can nick the odd fish. And that could be important, just to get the odd fish, because we're talking 4 matches here. I'm not sure if you can drop a match, I don't know, but I shall find out that today. But going on a basis that there's 3 or 4 matches where you're going to accumulate your weight, a fish just could make a difference. So it's not all about, you know, winning a match today. It's about just getting weights and accumulating that weight over the 3 or 4 matches, whatever's going to count. So that's the key thing. So yes, I'm going to be setting a method rod up today, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I won't need it. You know, I'll be on fish, on my conventional, and I'll be nicking a few. So yeah, so that's going to be the plan of attack. If I do draw the high bank, I will also set short liner. Just experience in the past, I've caught fish short, and you know, bream short on the high bank, because it is quite deep there, and sometimes they want to be in that deep water. Now, the high bank for the high bank to fish, normally you need a wind, and quite a strong wind blowing into it. And today we got hardly any wind at all, so I think it's going to be something between sort of 2 and 8 mile an hour, so it's not very strong. So key thing is you really want the wind in your face, and you never quite know at Ferry Meadows which way it's going to be blowing. So yeah, so we'll see once we get up there. It's going to be a rolling draw in your car, I believe. So yeah, I shall come back to you once I'm at the draw. See you later. Right then, guys, a few anglers left to go, but I'm at the draw now. Right, I need some luck from you guys. The peg I wanted's actually gone already, so right, what's left in then, Darren?
Draw 2 more. What? 2 more? You've got to draw 1 for me. You want me to draw you 1? And 1 for him.
He's ignoring me.
Oh, sorry.
What's left in then, Darren? Anything nice for me?
Yes, always.
Right, wish me luck, guys. Fingers crossed. Here we go.
These 2. Oh, you've got. Oh, you go first, and then you draw mine and thingies, because
Right,
otherwise it's
we're
halfway.
in. Oh, we got. Oh, I'll have that. 58.
Yep. Right.
There we go.
That one will be. No, this one's first. You always have first. My partner in crime.
58?
58.
Oh,
It's not on there.
it's 59.
It's 59.
Look at that.
Oh well, got a peg I didn't even draw. Right, there we go. Peg 58. We'll go with that. Know the area near where my favourite peg is, which is 62. So, yeah. And I think I'm next to my mate Rob Pullen as well. I think he's on peg 60. Right, let's get over to the tackle and go for a long walk. See you in the swim. See you later. Right then, folks, I'm in the swim. Peg 59, even though I drew 58, but here you go. A bit of a strange one. And it's warm, yeah, really warm. I had both my hoodies on, and obviously I've got this roll neck on. I've got a t-shirt on under here, and absolutely sweating buckets walking around here. So it's always a bit of a walk at Ferry Meadow. So unless you're Chris Hill and lucky enough to draw the high bank every time, so well done, Chris. It's got some stick about that, so I thought I'd throw that in. Anyway, right, yes, peg 59. It's a fairly fair area, this, to be fair. I mean, I quite like it. Peg 62 is always my favourite peg. I don't know why, I've always done well on it. So I'm not far away from that. I'm only a few pegs away from that, so I know the area quite well. It's not particularly deep here, although the river is absolutely humping through into it, which is where I am at the minute, which is here. The river is kind of just over there by that fence line. You probably can't see it. You know, it's kind of just over there. So that's peg 52, I believe. So I'm on peg 59, so it's not a million miles away, and there is quite a push of water coming through. So yeah, ground bait I've used is the peg number 1 Mayhem Green, as you know. That's my main staple. I've gone with a bream and skimmer in it, but I've not put any black squid and creel in it, because there is a bit of colour in the water out there. There's not a massive amount of colour here, but out there there's a bit more colour out there, because that's really chocolate brown, that river pushing through. I did film the river a little bit, so I will show you that if I haven't already on the clip of that pushing through. So don't quite know what that's going to do. The water level's right up, so it's given it a little bit more depth than what it normally has, but I don't think the ground bait needs to be black. So a nice dark green colour, which is what I normally have, should be fine. So yeah, like I say, I know the area quite well. There's a little bit of gravel out there, but it is quite a silty area, this. So I have found a little bit of gravel. I'm currently starting at, what am I starting at? 47 meters. Yeah, 47 meters I'm at. So yeah, I just found a nice, just on the edge of a bit of gravel. So it's not really, you know, bobbly gravel, but you can feel it is a little bit of gravel, because there's a lot of silt out here. So just fishing just off the edge of that, so hopefully that might produce a few fish. Hasn't been a great area, to be honest with you, of late. It's not really produced a lot of fish in any of the matches along here. I think peg 66, which is right on the edge of the monument peg, that seems to be the one that's produced a fish along here at the minute. So, but you just never know with Ferry Meadows. Wind is right off of our backs as well today, so that doesn't help either. You really want the wind in your face here. So yeah, it's all boding for a bit of a tough day, I think, at the minute. So bright sunshine and wind off of our backs isn't great, but there we go, you never know. So anyway, right, this is me for today. I hope you can see that all right, because the sun's sort of shining in our faces a little bit there. So out in the water as per usual. I'll yeah, just go for a little walk out here and kind of show you the setup for those of you that are new to the channel. So it's you know, it's a venue I fish quite a bit, so for those of you that watch most of my videos, we kind of know the crack really with my setup. However, there is something slightly different today. So anyway, as you know, they're all free spirit rods, and I've got 3 rods set up this time. So these are the high S versions. My main rod I'm going to be fishing is the high S power feeder special, as opposed to the high S power feeder distance. So the special is, they're both identical rods, apart from the special is a lot more progressive. It's got it's a much softer action on it. Still really good for casting, but it's just got a nice progressive action. So when them bream are thumping away, the old rod can take all them lunges. So, and then the distance rod, as you can see here, it's the same. They're both 13 foot, by the way. They're the 390s. It's a lot stiffer. Now that's just going to be used, as you can see here, for my baiting up. So the other rod, as you can see, has got my feeder on it over there. You can see that dangling down. Sorry about the sun shining in the water. It might not be great filming quality, so I do apologise if that's the case. They're both coupled up with the Daiwa 25 QD distance reels, they've both got braid on as well, so they're going to be hitting the same spot, like I say, at about 47 metres. So now third rod, right, okay, this is the highest power feeder as well. This is a distance as well, but this is the 3060, so this is the 12 foot. And something I never normally do, I've actually set a hybrid method feeder up. Only reason being is it has been a little bit tough as late on this particular lake, which is Gunwade, and some people have actually been able to nick the odd fish on a method feeder, like I was explaining earlier in the car. So they just sometimes don't want a great deal of bait out there, they just want a nice little pocket of bait, and then they can get a fish. Now this is the Masters of Ferry. It's a 4-match series. You just got to try and catch a few fish just to try and keep you in the game. Someone's going to have a load, and it's done on weight, so you know, you just got to hope that you sit on some fish at some stage and then 4 matches. So anyway, this distance rod that I'm using for the method feeder, I've got coupled up with the Daiwa tournament reel. That's the 410 for 4010. So yeah, so that's me rod wise. Bait wise, let me just get up on my box if I don't fall in. So like I said, peg number 1 ground bait, and you can see it's predominantly green, so I've used a lot of Mayhem green in there, and I've used the Bremen skimmer, but I've actually gone a 70-30 with the Mayhem green being the 70. So I've also used the betaine green pellet soak as well in there, just to sort of give it all the amino acids, because you want them leaking out, and that's good for attracting bream. I've got my dead reds, I've got casters. Today I brought some hemp as well. Now it's warming up a little bit, so I'm going to put a bit of hemp in. I've got my floaty maggots all set up in there. I've also got some pellets, as you can see, because I'll just put them out there anyway, mixed in with my ground bait using a normal feeder. However, I can use them in a method feeder. I've got some corn and I've got some standard maggots there. Under here I've got a load of dendrobinas ready to chop up, some chopworm, and that's it. Oh yes, and I've got a little tub of wafters. These are the peg number 1 Scopex Supreme. So if I go over onto the method feeder, I have got a little bit of soak here as well for the method feeder. That's a Ringers FX caramel glaze. So, and the trusty stopwatch as well. Always got to have that when you feeder fishing. It's funny actually that I always get a lot of comments about using a stopwatch, and yeah, it's a lot of people, they're just, I don't know why, but there is a lot of people out there that thinks it's something you shouldn't use, but for me personally, I'm not saying it is the right thing to do, but for me it makes a massive difference. I know what time how long I've been out. Fishing's a funny old thing. You think you've been sat there for about 10 minutes, and it can be half an hour. It's weird, it just goes so quick sometimes. So stopwatch is massive for me. And the other thing as well, especially when you're fishing a venue like this, you want to kind of see what's going on. You want to feel your swim. Obviously if you're starting to get liners and getting some bites, you need to look at your stopwatch when you're starting to get those liners and that, because it might have only been out there 3 minutes and you're getting a liner, and then you leave it out there for another 3 minutes and nothing happens. You go back out there again, get another liner at 3 minutes, and leave it out there for another 3 minutes and nothing happens. Sometimes you're better off just bringing it in after 4 minutes and going for another recast, and it may just be that they want that bait. And then same with your bites. When you get a bite, look at your stopwatch and see when you got it, because the bites could be coming at 3 minutes, and if you don't get a bite for whatever reason, your bait could be sitting funny out there, you're just not going to get a bite. You sat out there for 7 or 8 minutes, and yet your bites are coming within sort of 2 or 3 minutes. You're wasting time. That could be another fish or 2 you could have caught. So to me, the stopwatch is massive. Anyway, that's just me. So please comment below if you think different, or if you agree, please comment. Anyway guys, I would just like to say thank you as well to all the new subscribers. Like I said, this year I really want to grow the channel, and it's certainly happening. So thanks ever so much, guys. Really do appreciate it. And for you guys that haven't subscribed, please go on there and subscribe, because it's really going to help me grow the channel. It's going to help me put more content out there. The more of you subscribe, then obviously the more views I get, which is going to really help me grow my channel. So please go out there and subscribe, guys. And don't forget, if you like the videos, give it a thumbs up as well. Anyway, I think we've got, what have we got? We've got a couple of minutes to go, literally. So going to do the last few final touches and then get ready to chop a few worms up and get ready to go out there. So I'll come back to you once I've started fishing. See you later.
Right, that's my baiting up done. So, let that one settle. And we'll start fishing. Hopefully, come back to you for fish on. Wish me luck. Good start, first cast. Little skimmer. There you go, guys. Now I'm covered in slime and snot. Right, that was quite good. It's only out there 3 minutes, it went round. Let's go again, let's get some more. Right folks, well, Rob next door fed a short line. Oh, I didn't, and he's had 2 bream on it. So I didn't hang about, I got my other rod out, fed a short line, and I've just gone on it, and I just had that skimmer. So, lesson learnt to everybody: if you can see someone doing something, don't sit and wait, you know, change it up straight away, can produce a fish. So right, it's only about 30 metres maximum out there, so it was a few more. Come back to you in a minute. Skimmer again, mate. Another skimmer, guys. Rob's on 2 big bream now and 2 decent skimmers. So I've had 3 skimmers, but his skimmers are like £2 odd. Mine are only just over £1. So keep going. Still on that short line. So hopefully get some bigger ones. Come back to you in a bit. Right then, folks, a bit of an update. We're 3 hours in. It's nearly 1:30. Yeah, and it's not gone to plan, unfortunately. I thought there was going to be a few fish out there. So anyway, started on me 47 metres and had a skimmer straight away, so I thought that's good. And then it was just roach after that. So it didn't matter what I put on, this roach was taking it. So anyway, Rob next door, he fed a short line and dropped on it and had a bream straight away. And when I say short, it's probably about 30 metres. Anyway, he then went out there again and lost one and straightened his hook. So I thought, right, okay, I better set a short line. So that's what I done. I went to my rod bag, got me rod out from my short line, fed it and went straight on it and had a decent skimmer straight away. And I thought, right, here we go. Oh, I'm in. There you go, bite on line. Let me just put the camera in. Ooh. Anyway, I've gone out on a wafter on my method and I caught a roach, but it's just gone round and I've got a bream on. So on the method, not something I usually use here, but the bites are really slow, so I thought, well, I know a few people have caught a few on it, so I thought I'll give it a go, and sure enough, there you go, it's gone round. This is the first decent bream I've had. I've had about 4 skimmers, I think, now, so nothing decent now, and they're only small skimmers as well. And this feels half decent, and the flow's really picked up out there. Certainly hanging out there in that flow. Anyway, cutting a long story short, up until just then, it's been really quiet. Rob's gone quiet on his short line, he's just gone on his long line, and yeah, all we've been getting is small roach. It even got a roach on the method as well. Right, here we are. Bit of a lively one. Well, that was welcome on camera. Right. So anyway, hopefully that gave you a bit of a decent update. Sorry if that was a little bit hectic there. Cut a long story short, that's the first decent fish I've had after 3 hours. So hopefully catch a few more on the old method. Right, come back to you later. Cheers. Alright guys, I went back out there on a method. It was out there for almost 10 minutes and then it went round and I bumped it off, which was a bit frustrating because I bumped a fish early doors on my short line as well. Anyway, I've just gone out there again and it's now 9 minutes, so it's just under 9 minutes it was out there and it's gone round again. It doesn't feel huge, but it feels like a proper one, which is good. Funnily enough, matey to my right has just had his first one as well on his long line, so maybe there are a few fish around. Not quite as big as the last one, but still very welcome. Keep going. Maybe I've found a method that's going to catch a few. Excuse the pun. Let's hope so. Come back to you in a bit. There's just over 2 hours to go. It's nearly 2 o'clock. Come back to you in a bit, guys. Well, guys, it's just been one of them blooming days. I had 4 bites on the method and I bumped 2 of the blooming fish off. I don't know why. No idea. The last one I actually had it on for, you know, good sort of 15-20 seconds. Got a few turns on it and then it just got off. So I went up to a slightly bigger hook and went out there and didn't have a touch, but I had 4 bites on the trot. All come within 10 minutes, sort of like around about the 8.5 to 9.5 minutes. But then the last cast, nothing. So I've come off of it just to give it a rest for about 20 minutes and I'm just going on the short line now. Yeah, Rob's had another decent size skimmer, well, small bream really, probably 2.5–3 pound. And matey boy to my right now has had a decent bream and a decent size skimmer. So I'm on 1 decent bream, 1 sort of decent size skimmer, and then a few smaller skimmers and a load of roach. Yeah, no one's really having it, you know. It's that I can see anyway. There might be somewhere else on the lake, but certainly not where. All along this stretch here, it's, you know, some people, it's like 2s or 3s, you know what I mean. It's not many fish caught, so I thought I started having something going on that old method, but bumping the fish off is just, oh dear. The first one I bumped, I just sort of felt it and then it was off. and then luckily I got another bite after that. In fact, I had 2 more bites after that. Caught one, and then I bumped the last one, but I had it on properly, and I think I probably spooked him. So go on this short line for 20 minutes and we'll see how we get on, but we've only got an hour and a half left, so something special's got to happen in the last hour and a half really. But anyway, we keep going, I'll keep updated. Cheers guys. I rested it out there. It's my first cast out there on the method again. 3.5 minutes it went round, so have a bit of luck. Just even at that little bit of a rest has allowed them fish to move back in. That's the fastest bite I've had on the method anyway. Go. Half decent size that one as well. Right, so we can get a few more. Come back to you later. Right then folks, 3/4 of an hour to go. I've had 2 more casts on my method feeder after I caught that last one and nothing. So on this cast I've just gone out a couple of meters further, just starting to creep out a little bit just in case they've pushed back. But yeah, it's been out there 8 minutes now, not had a touch, so it's gone very quiet, to be honest with you. No one's really having anything. There's the odd fish being caught every now and then, but you know, it's rare for it to be a decent bream. It's just, you know, small skimmers or small roach. But yeah, a bit disappointing really, although it's nice to have caught a few fish. The way it was going this morning, there was a few fish around and I thought, oh yeah, we could build this and have a decent weight, but it just seems to have switched off, which is unusual when there's a bit of colour in it. Normally you know, they just get stronger. So it's just, once again, it's just Ferry Meadows for you. So yeah, like I say, 3/4 of an hour to go. I'm just going to stick it out now on this method because I've caught more fish on it, more of the decent fish on it. No one's doing anything around me. Rob's fishing a long line and a short line, conventional, and yeah, he's just picking off the odd small roach. You know, the odd small skimmer, and the chap next to me's had 1 small skimmer, but in the last hour. But yeah, other than that, it's just not a lot happening, so I might as well just stick it out there on a method because I just feel a bit more confident with that at the moment. So there we go. Hopefully come back to you with a few fish before the all out at 4 o'clock. Come back to you in a bit. Right then guys, that's it, starting to pack away now. Never had any more. Rob never had any more. Next door he bumped one right at the end, and I never seen him more caught to my right or to my left, to be honest with you, in that last hour. It was just dead. So but there we go. Right, I shall pack away and yes, come back to you at the weigh-in. See you in a bit. Right then folks, that's it, weighed in, £19 14 ounces, so nearly £20, not quite. So yeah, grateful that I had a few fish because it was a tough day. Rob next to me's ended up with £30, so he's ended up £10 more than me. And I think Sean on the Rivermouth Peg 52's had 7 bream. So I don't think he's in my section, but needless to say, and I think maybe there's been a few fish caught on the high bank, funnily enough. Chris was moaning about it over there, but I think there's been a few fish caught there. So yeah, I think it's the cold water really that's put it off, but yeah, not sure. Anyway, I'm going to pack all the gear away now, get it on my trolley, get back to the car, once I get in the car and on the way home, have a bit of a summing up with you. So I'll see you in a bit. Ta-da. Right then guys, that's it. Paid for my parking. On my way home now. So, well, that was a bit of a strange day really. I mean, I'm glad I caught a few fish, but yeah, left a little bit frustrated that I lost a couple, especially on a method feeder as well, to lose a couple. And I do think that's cost me a few fish in the end really. As bream fishing, as you know, you lose a couple of fish in your swim, or lose a fish in your swim, and it could just take the rest of them away. So yeah, a little bit frustrating, but I don't know if it was that, to be honest with you, because it just dried up for everybody, and the last hour and a half was, yeah, very quiet for everybody. But so yeah, summing up, bit of a strange day. Obviously fed me 47-metre line, felt confident on that, caught a fish straight away, and I thought, and I was getting indications, but they were just a little roach. Rob next door's fed 2 lines. He's fed a short line at about 30 metres and then another one at about 50 metres. And he's getting signs straight away on that short line. Ended up catching a good bream and then got his hook straightened out on another one. So I ran straight up the bank, got my short line rod, fed a short line, went straight on it, because obviously I didn't want to be casting over fish. Had a skimmer straight away, and then foul hooked a fish literally on the next cast, which was once again really frustrating. Spooked the fish out of the swim and kind of struggled. Ended up catching one on that short line in the end, yeah, caught a couple of skimmers on it, alternated between that and a long line. Nothing was really happening for anybody. Obviously then went out on that method feeder, and that produced the first sort of proper fish for me, and which is, I had a funny feeling I was going to be using it, because I did say at the beginning of the video that I've got it set up, because yeah, some people have been catching some fish on that and they can't get bites on anything else. It's weird, it's almost like they don't want a lot of bait, they just want that little package. So I'm really glad I set that up now, but really frustrating. I had 5 bites on the trot. One was a roach, then I had a bream, then I lost one straight away, just had it on and it was gone as quick as that. Then I caught another one, and then I lost one, and then I thought, but I had it on for about 30 seconds. No, probably not 30 seconds, probably about 15-20 seconds maximum. I lost it, and that killed the swim. So that's when I kind of went back on my short line and rested it, but never had nothing on the short line. Went back out there again, and he went round straight away within 3 minutes and had another one. I thought, oh, here we go, and that was it. Never had another touch on it. So really strange. Tried creeping out a little bit, going out a few metres, but no good. I even tried plopping it on the short line as well, in case something was, you know, having a look on my short line, but no, to no avail. So anyway, ended up with literally just shy of £20, £19, 14 ounces. So can't complain. Rob next to me right, had £30, so he had a couple of more bream than me. So well done, Rob. And the guy to my right, sorry I didn't catch his name, I think he had 1 bream and 1 skimmer in the end, and that was kind of the story all the way round, to me right and to me left, until he got to Sean on peg 52, who was on the river mouth, fished a tidy match. So well done, Sean. He had 7 bream. I don't know what he weighed in the end, so apologies, Sean, but he had 7 bream and a few bits and bobs, so well done. As it happens, Chris Hill on the high bank, of all the moaning he's done, ended up with £50 off the high bank. So well done, Chris. So that's a good weight off of there. So and looking at the weights on the high bank, there was quite a few fish caught, to be fair, so which is really good. Don't quite know why the fish are just sat there, but sometimes they are. So but yeah, so I think the winning weight was about £90. That was off the peg 86, which is the fence pegs. Always can always be a good area, but a lot of people are suffering with the weed already. So I don't think I'm out of it. You know, I say it's got £90, so I'm £70 out of it. But he might blank on the next one, whoever the chap was on 86, and I could end up with a big weight. So you never know. Anyway, guys, I'm waffling on, so I'm looking forward to the next one, which is in May.
and I should be recording all of the series this year. So yes, so there's 4 of them, so there's 3 more to go for the Masters of Ferry. So but don't forget guys to subscribe. Like I say, I want to try and grow the channel this year, so if you want to see all 4 matches, don't forget to hit that subscription button. Like I say, it helps me grow this channel if you guys go and subscribe. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've certainly enjoyed making it, and I'll see you in the swim soon. Adios.